Shalom Chevra. Have you ever wondered why life seems so doggone complicated? Seems like life is full of one Tzurus after another. I can't figure out my wife, my kids, my boss. In fact, I can't even figure out myself. So how can I learn to live my life in such a manner as to find fulfillment and joy and connection and inspiration? And why hasn't someone written a simple textbook with simple instructions on how to live life to reach your highest potential? Well, there's hope. Welcome everyone, this is Chaim. We are continuing our Motivational Monday series on the art and science of change. Today we will be learning the 5 simple rules of life. The reason I'm dedicating time to learn and share with the Chevra lessons by the world's leading motivational teachers like Brendon Burchard, Byron Katie, Fabian Fredrickson, and others is that after working with over 1,000 men dealing with addictions, I've noticed that some of them really excel in the program and enjoy the promises of recovery. But, regrettably, I see that the majority of us might make some decent progress and have some sobriety, but before long we seem to fall back into our old ways of thinking and behaving and then eventually acting out again. I began to realize that no matter how hard I try to teach the guys the tools and the how-to of recovery, that real long-term success only comes to those who are motivated in the beginning and stay motivated to work the program as if it is as important and joyful as freedom itself. Plus, the biggest bonus about learning these techniques is that it benefits us in all areas of our life. Not just in recovery, but also as a husband, a father, a provider, in social circles, as a learner, and so much more. So, please allow me to share with you the best techniques and research available today in the art and science of motivation. If I can save just one of you one more hour of the agony and frustration that comes from the fall that I didn't want, then I will consider all this effort worthwhile. In our last session, we learned how the mind works and how does it impact our behaviors. We learned about the 4 eyes of the mind and how it works. We learned about the influence of information, about the powerful impact of interpretation. We learned about intention and how it shapes our choices. And last, we learned about initiative and how we can act and react to life. Today, we will be talking about the 5 simple rules of life. So here we go. I'm so excited about sharing these with you. The first simple rule is to have vision for your life. Okay, this sounds too simple, you might say. But here's what we need to do. Here's what we need to ask. Who do I want to become? How do I want to think? What will I find meaningful in my life? One day when I look back, will I feel fulfilled or empty? You have to have vision in order to know what brings you meaning. Vision doesn't just land on you. You have to take time and invest some thought in it and write it down. Figuring out what type of person do you want to become and then doing your best to live every day by living into that person. I know it takes some discipline and being intentional. For example, we are all sharing the journey of recovering from being an addict. And I had to make a decision to turn my will and my life over to God. We learned about that new design for living. Well, for me, it didn't happen overnight. But each day, I told myself to be more aware of my perceptions and motives, and then slowly but surely, my efforts paid off and I began to realize this vision. The second simple rule is to believe in your ability to figure things out. It allows you to try new things and say, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I believe in my ability to figure it out and be successful. And with enough time, dedication, and effort, you can do it. Sure, there will be struggles, but in time, I will also develop. In time, I will grow through this. And in time, there will always be a better tomorrow. And you'll build confidence and competency. The third simple rule is to have fun on your journey. Even when it's a tough time or you're dealing with a bad partner or boss, you say to yourself, you're going to bring the fun and zest in life to every occasion. So you stay positive and buoyant. You're going to push aside the darkness and the burden of life. The fourth simple rule is to be patient, but also persistent. Be okay that it may take longer than you expect. Think about how often we end up acting out just because our expectations aren't being met, and how often hastiness derails us right before success. So be cool with the struggle, become that peaceful warrior. And finally, the fifth simple rule, and remember, these are all rules and they're very simple. Love and tolerate and respect other people. Certainly most everyone on this call knows that when it says on page 84 of the big book, it says love and tolerance of others is our code, and we mean it. So bring good vibes to every situation when you're around others, and allow other people to find their own way on their journey. Be sympathetic. Be empathetic. Make it a practice. Make it a discipline. People around you will feel your authentic sensitivities, and guess what? They'll want to spend more time with you too. And over time, as you practice these rules on a daily basis, you too will somehow and soon openly declare, Zeh hayom asa Hashem nagila v'nisv'chabo. So thanks everyone for joining me on this Motivational Monday. And remember, it works if you work it, and you're worth it.